Thank you for joining me on the mat. Today we have got a 15-minute beginner Pilates class. So get yourself ready, roll out your mat, and let's begin. We're going to start lying on our back in a nice neutral spine, feet pressed against the floor, knees bent, arms down by your side. Take a nice big inhale through the nose, opening up that diaphragm, and exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, we're just going to start tucking the pelvis and lifting the pelvis one vertebra at a time, pressing into your feet, coming into a shoulder bridge. At the top, take a nice big inhale, and then start to lower each vertebra, thinking chest bone nice and heavy as each little vertebra finds its way onto the mat. Nice and slowly. And at the bottom, we'll do it again. We'll tuck that pelvis, then slowly peel the back off, one at a time. We'll make sure our knees are nice and parallel as we go up and down, pressing into your arms at the top. Breathing in here, and then start to roll down. Nice little massage for the spine. Making sure those knees stay as parallel as possible. And again, we're going to come up all the way to the top. Press into those feet. Maybe just put your hands on your bony parts of your pelvis just to check you're nice and level. And pressing your arms into the mat, we start to exhale and roll back down. One vertebra at a time. And then from here, we're going to turn onto our left side. I just want you to bend your left arm, cradling your ear on your arm. Hips are stacked on top of each other, knees are stacked on top of each other, ankles are stacked on top of each other. And you're still nice and lifted in your left obliques, your left side here. So as if something could kind of crawl underneath you. Your right hand's going to come in front of you, nice straight fingers. As we inhale, as we start to lift our hand towards the ceiling, exhale, open up, keeping our hips stacked on top of each other, eye gaze on that back hand, open up the diaphragm on the inhale, and exhale. Start to slowly close your hand back down to being in line with your shoulder. And again, we come up, really opening up that thoracic spine. Breathe in here and exhale as we start to slowly close down. And one more time, see if you can make it a little bit slower this time. Can you stretch a little bit further in this position, pressing your left arm into the mat and reaching your right fingers? And then start to slowly close that hand. I want you to imagine that your abs are doing the closing just as much as your arm is. Really slowly, like you're moving through mud, bringing that hand down. Okay. I'm going to change on to the other side. Come, so you're lying on your right side. Your right ear is cradled on your right arm. Hips are stacked on top of each other, knees on top of each other, ankles on top of each other. Left fingers nice and straight. And we start to open up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, get a little bit further. Eye gaze on that back hand. And then start to slowly close that hand back down to shoulder height. And again, energy through those fingers as we open up just that thoracic spine. It's reaching. And slowly close back down. And one last time, make it nice and slow as we go up. Eye gaze on that hand as it's traveling through the air. You get a little bit further whilst maintaining that hip, those hips stacked on top of each other, and slowly close your arm. There. From here, I'm going to start working into our abs. So your feet are pressing into the floor, knees bent. You're sitting up nice and tall, as if you've got a rope growing from your head. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Have a nice inhale here. Roll those shoulders back. On the exhale. And then from here, I want you to slightly roll behind your sit bones and come into what we call a C curve. So imagine from the side, you're just a big C, you're tucked up, you're flexed, you're engaged in your core, and your hands are straight and your neck is tucked. And from here, we're going to press into the floor on the exhale as we just roll back just so far as your feet can maintain that pressing into the floor position. Hold here and roll forward, staying in that tucked up C curve as much as you can. So we roll back, hold, and roll forward. So here that hip bone is rolling away from your big femur, your big thigh bone. And then it's rolling back together. So it's not hinging, you're sort of tucking your pelvis as you roll away, staying in that curved, but that board position. And forward. Last time, we're just going to hold here. Take a nice deep breath in, opening up that diaphragm, staying in that rolled up position. And exhale, press into your feet as you roll back up. Lovely. Now we're just going to come to a lying on the mat. Your left knee is bent, pressing your foot into the floor, and we're going to bring our right leg to tabletop. Then from here, you're going to start circling in that hip joint. So imagine you had a paintbrush on your knee and you're just drawing a nice circle on the ceiling. I want to concentrate on that left knee, not going from side to side, it's staying nice and straight, and reverse those circles. So we're just moving that big leg and around. Perfect. Bring your knee to tabletop, and then we're going to point our toes towards the ceiling and do the same. So just little circles. You can always go back to tabletop if this is too much for your hamstrings and your flexibility. And we're just trying to maintain that pelvic stability so that left knee is staying nice and straight. Then reverse those circles. Pressing your arms into the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to tabletop, and then bring that leg down to the floor. And the left leg's going to come into tabletop. Focus on that right knee staying nice and straight, and you're just going to start painting those circles on the ceiling with your knee. So imagine we've got a bowl of water in our pelvis. It's not moving from side to side. All those tiny, deep internal core muscles are working really hard to maintain that pelvis stability. And reverse this circle. Try and make them as symmetrical as possible, so they're nice and circular in your circles. And then pause, and if you want to extend your toes towards the ceiling, we can do the same. Again, concentrating on that right knee, staying nice and straight, not wobbling from side to side. Imagine this time you've got a pen or a paintbrush on the toes, and you're just painting on the ceiling, and reverse those circles. For 3, 2, 1. Pause. Bring your knee down. We're going to come onto our front. So we're going to have our toes facing towards the outside of the mat. Your hands by your side, nose on the mat. And I want you to think about pelvis nice and heavy, belly button lifting away from your leggings or your shorts. And you're going to press into your forearms, allowing your shoulder blades to move back and down, eye gaze to move forward, like you're showing off a necklace to someone in front of you. And then slowly start to come back down. And again, we press into those forearms, allow ourselves to come up. Pelvis heavy, belly button light. Can you move those shoulder blades a bit more towards each other, like you're pinching something behind your back? And slowly come back down. And one more time, we come up, pressing into those forearms, and slowly return back down. This time we're going to bring our hands on top of each other, and our head is going to be glued to our hands. Our legs are going to come parallel this time. So nice and straight, energy through those legs, still pelvis nice and heavy, belly button light. And we're going to keep our head glued to our hands as we just lift our hands off the mat and our elbows. Pause here, see if you can grow a little bit longer, and then come back down. So we inhale to prepare, we exhale as we lift our hands and our elbows, and back down. And again, when we're just hovering here, think about that belly button lifting away from your leggings, pelvis heavy, feet nice and straight, energy through those toes, and back down. And again, we come up. So you can grow a little bit longer, like you're a dart traveling through the air, and back down. And then from here, we're going to press ourselves into a shell stretch. So knees together. I want you to stay nice and engaged in your core, so as if we're coming over a big beach ball here. We're lifting over, giving that back a nice stretch to counteract the extension we just did. So your bum is towards your heels, you're lifting over that ball. Take a nice big breath in here. Think about your three-dimensional breathing. So you're opening up your back and your side to make room for extra air. And exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. This time, less Pilates and more yoga. We're just going to let our tummy go and reach our hands forward. So we're trying to sink our hips towards our heels, but also stretch a little bit further and letting your abs relax and your body relax into this nice pose. Keep breathing, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth as we reach our fingers a little bit further forward. And again. And then we're going to start slowly restacking the spine. Hands on your legs. Eye gaze forward. Roll those shoulders back. 3,